this time we're going to leave the layers on the long side. Okay, so I've sectioned this off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the outside hair and I'm going to just pin this away. Alright, and I'm going to start my layering at the top, section off from the top of the head to the top of the ear. I'm going to take my first section, lifting the hair up, and then this time I'm going to measure down to the occipital bone, right down to here, because I want the layers to be long. We don't want them to be short on Stephanie. Okay, lift it and then cut in exactly the same system. Alright, and the same on this side. Lifting that hair. Cutting straight across. Then, coming back to the crown area, lifting that hair, and our fingers at that steep angle again. Okay, so once again, as I come down, I am cutting less and less hair off. That's my last section. Okay, and then the same on the left-hand side. Pick this hair up. And then when we come through to do the top, okay, using my back section as my guideline, and then again my fingers are at this very, very steep angle. So once again, it's going to be a half fringe, and the reason why it's going to be a half fringe is because of the way that the hair grows here. If you look at it really closely, the hair grows all the way over, and if I was to bring this hair down and cut in a fringe, then this would automatically move over to the right hand side and we would have a split here. So to compensate for that, okay, we're only going to cut this side of the hair into the fringe. And we're going to come just below the eyebrow and come down to just underneath the ear. So I'll take my first section. Remember, my sections are parallel to the hairline. Bring the hair down, follow the root system, and hold everything right against the skin. And make sure that these partings here are parallel in the line that you're coming into the hair. Section. Okay, then coming into the side section. Lots of tension. Follow the root system. Bring it down. You've really got to cut this against the skin, because if you don't, we're going to pick it up with our fingers, and then what's going to happen is we're going to get too much graduation running through the ends. So it really has to be cut right against the skin. Not a Denman brush and not a vent brush, because I want to get the hair to be as smooth as I possibly can. Okay, so with a flat brush, okay, just get the hair to be as straight and as smooth as we can get it. Okay, and these layers just really blend in nicely all the way through. So what we're going to do now is we're going to slide cut out from where our length ended here out into the outer perimeter. Okay, so I'm just going to take my scissors right in. Now the thing about doing, you know, this kind of slide cutting is it really is basically all visual. You know, you really do have to feel the hair. As you're slide cutting out to make sure that you get, you know, all of the weight out where you want. But you know, you really want this kind of seamless look. You don't want to see any steps in the layering whatsoever. So, you know, it's just going to take a little bit of time, but, you know, when you take the time to do, you know, a haircut that's like this, I mean, that's where you can start to charge money for it. But when you do this kind of work, you should be able to charge a little bit more for it. As you notice, I am using still my small scissors. You know, I just find that they work really well for me. My whole philosophy is that The scissors should really be an extension of your fingers, and so the closer the blade is to my fingers, the more I feel I have control over what I'm doing, because I'm really, really close to my cutting edge. So, you know, for me, I've never really felt the need to use large scissors. I think, you know, once again, the heavy fringe that we've put in here is a nice, you know, I just feel it's a really nice contrast with the soft layering, because, you know, Stephanie can put this behind her ear and, you know, basically have a little bit of a different look all the way through. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the hair. The end's a little bit more shattered. I mean, now I can really see where I need to do that. And if there's any weight anywhere, I can go through. Well, you know, the great thing about this particular technique is that you can do it on so many different lengths of hair, and you can come up with so many different looking hairstyles. And I think that's what makes the technique exciting. I mean, that to me is what makes hair cutting exciting, is really when you have a technique and it works, and you can do all sorts of different lengths with that technique, and you just come up with different looks all the time. You know, for me, it just makes working in the salon so much easier, because I'm not having to think of 1,000 different techniques to come up with 1,000 different hairstyles. I mean, for me, when I'm working in the salon, it has to be easy at the finished result.